Whoa, pretty awesome. Welcome back to Central Pennsylvania History and Adventures. Look at these massive limestone mines. Rollsburg, West Virginia, Preston County. What we're looking at here, we are going to enter, is abandoned limestone mines. They refer them to caves, but they were actually a solid wall of limestone, and they went in and quarried out limestone. You can see my family's in there already. A little bit of water right here. Look at these massive walls of limestone. Pretty awesome. This was operated by the Alpha Cement Company in Rollsburg, and they would extract and mine this limestone to make cement. Around the turn of the century, beginning 1900s, cement was becoming a really big, important factor in construction industry, and this was a great spot. They could quarry this limestone underground, and they would take it straight out down to their processing plant, and they make the concrete mix. That is certainly dark. This mine doesn't go too far in, but there's sections all over here. That's such an awesome shot. You can see the big, they left this pillar there to hold up the ceiling. This quarry site opened up, I think, early 1900s, and it operated for a fair amount of time, up into the 40s, 50s, and I'll have to check, but think about the turn of the century, going from 1800s to early 1900s. They started all the foundations and industrial sites. They were using cut sandstone, cut rock. Around the turn of the century, they started making concrete, and these sites were making concrete by using limestone and other ingredients to make concrete. So these industries were very huge here, and right along West Virginia, there's some great seams of limestone, and they had a massive operation. The plant sat right along Cheat River. None of the ruins are there that I could find looking around, but supposedly above this site there's some more caves, more mines. They took a lot of limestone out of this area. This seems relatively safe to come visit. Obviously, they leave it open for people to come and see. Just another neat part of West Virginia's history and America's history. What do you think, Nathaniel? Was that pretty cool? Okay. You can see a lot of water coming off the walls of this limestone. That's pretty cool. You can see the high wall of limestone that they opened up. You can see these marks here. Pretty neat, where they were, I guess, blowing it off or cutting it off there. Look at that massive opening. There's one here and one over there. And there's a picture in the Preston County historical book of a set of rail tracks going into these mines. Lots of men, lots of dinky carts going in there to quarry limestone. I always wondered, and I'll look this up, but maybe the viewers can explain this to me. And I think I understand too, because I've seen this before. But the advantages of doing limestone mines like this, what was the major reason? Was it safer? You would think they would just blow off this entire mountain like they do a lot of other quarries. Was it cleaner? Was it less to worry about with roots and trees and organic material up top? That's what my theory is. But yeah, they, instead of blowing off this entire mountain, they just went in. Now, early 1900s and late 1800s, mining was very common occurrence all around, Pennsylvania, West Virginia. I mean, mining was very common, so these men were used to it, whether it was iron mining, coal mining, limestone mining. Entrance number 2 is right beside the first one. There again, these are opened up pretty good. Okay, this is awesome. Here's mine 1, mine 2. Looks like there possibly might be some mines up there too, not up there. I'm gonna walk up there. Okay, we're on Route 72 coming into Roseburg. And the structures of the cement plant were between Cheat River, which is down here. Cheat River's right down through there. And the plant, I think, sat right in this spot right here. Pretty much all along right here. You can see in the picture, I'll show that to you. And it sat right in here, the plant. So there was a lot going on here, and the brush and stuff, the trees are grew up. But I'll show that picture to you. And if anyone knows better than me, which they will, because I'm not from here, please share in the comments where you think the plant was, or if that might be the case, if it's sitting right in front of these mines. On the picture, there's actually a pretty big incline system going up the mountain, so there was definitely 100% more of these big, large open mines. So I'm guessing this whole mountain was mined off, quarried off like this. There's a cool little waterfall trail over here. Someone built a nice little wall there. today, and I'm not going to go up on the hill, but it looks like there are some mines up there, and it shows in the picture well above this cut here, this limestone. There are mines up on top of the hill too, because they had an incline system up top where they were raising and lowering dinky carts of limestone down here. So it'd be neat to kind of go up on the hill and check this site out. So, but we'll just see it from the lower point of view here. What a cool place, man. The amount of exploring we could do here would be really interesting. Someday maybe I'll get the opportunity to come back. Knowing people helps with that, if, you know, going with people that have explored these sites, locals. But yeah, this is relatively safe, easy to check out. Anyone can come to. They let people come here, and it's right along the Cheat River rail trail, which brings a lot of people in by the Cheat River. And the old B&O Railroad came through here, so that rail trail you can ride your bike on. So this is one little stop along the way that's really close to check out. You know, and a lot of the history I do, you know, I appreciate what the men did back then to build America. And early on, 1800s, you know, they were building a lot of, you know, structures out of cut rock, sandstone, and that was how they made bridges and structures and furnaces. And then early 1900s, they really got into concrete, you know, and places like this made the concrete for a lot of these sites and structures. So just kind of a neat transition in history from, you know, cut sandstone to concrete. But yeah, sure, it wasn't the safest line of work, but these men definitely earned our respect with the hard work they did to build America. I hope you enjoy this video. Preston County, Rollsburg, West Virginia, the Alpha Cement Company, and we'll do a little bit of additional history on it. Thanks for watching. It was just totally worth it today. What a cool visit.